Dyslexic individuals often struggle with procedural learning, and that is usually framed as a negative thing because it's going to take you longer. It's going to take more repetition and more time for you to get down how to do long division, or maybe the daily routine at school or at home, or to learn how to do a task like tying your shoes more efficiently or automatically. But what if that wasn't actually totally a bad thing? In the book Range, Why Generalists Triumph in a World of Specialists by David Epstein, one of the concepts that he talks about is how if you take more time to learn a procedure, you actually end up learning it better. Like, think about somebody who can do procedural learning very quickly and who is taught some sort of math equation, like a long division problem or some other like calculus concept. They're taught the formula and they get the formula really quickly, and therefore they're able to take another problem that looks similar to the first one and be like, oh yeah, I can do that fairly efficiently. For somebody who struggles with procedural learning, it's going to take them a lot more repetition, and the likelihood that they're going to have to learn a lot more of the theory behind, well, why does this work the way it does, will likely result in them actually understanding not just the formula, but the rationale behind the formula. And that turns out to be a huge advantage, because when you encounter something that varies from that norm, that varies from what you were taught, then you're able to look at it differently. You're able to look at it and be like, okay, I understand the rationale behind all this, so how could I apply that rationale to this new problem? Not just the formula, but the actual like underpinnings of it. And that is a fascinating connection there, because what if part of the reason that so many inventors, so many problem solvers, so many innovators throughout history have been dyslexic is maybe partially because of this? Because when you struggle with procedural learning, it makes it so that a lot of the ways that we are taught things in school, particularly in the Western world like America, a lot of the ways that we're taught things don't really work well for us. Like, that's one of the reasons that we experience so much tension in the school system, because they're like, I tried to teach you this and you didn't get it. And that's hard. But the flip side is that if I'm going to get something, it's going to be because I really get it. Because I've done the work, I've spent the time to really get in there and understand not just how to replicate what you did, but why it was done. And if dyslexic individuals throughout history have just been doing that process, like, that makes so much sense. So what if struggling with procedural learning, what if struggling with procedural memory, what if that's not actually a disadvantage? What if it's actually an advantage? Yes, it's one that comes at a cost of time and energy for that repetition and trying to get it down, but the result is actually kind of cool. What do you think?